Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man. Today I'm going to test out and review the Lava HD-8008 Omnipro Omni Directional antenna. This antenna is supposed to bring in stations from all directions and is best suited for people that live in between 2 or 3 markets where the theory is that a directional antenna will not pick up stations where it's not pointed at. Looking at the design of the antenna, it seems pretty decent. It has this portion for the UHF spectrum and then the longer elements for the VHF band. I noticed that most omnidirectional antennas lack these longer elements for the lower frequencies. So if you buy an omnidirectional or any antenna that does not have these longer elements between 2 to 6 feet, it's unlikely to reliably pick up VHF TV stations. It also comes with a built-in preamp and 4-way splitter that lets you connect multiple TV sets without having to purchase additional equipment. But how well does this antenna work? As many of you know, I live about 45 miles from the main broadcast towers that consist of both VHF and UHF stations. For those of you that don't already know, VHF stations broadcast on channels 2 through 13 and UHF stations broadcast on channels 14 and above. It's important to understand the frequencies the TV stations in your area broadcast on because you need a different kind of antenna to pick up these frequencies. There's no such thing as an HD antenna. There's no antenna designed for HD signals, but there are antennas designed for VHF low, VHF high, and UHF signals. Also note that most TV stations do not broadcast on the channel they identify as, so you might have an ABC 9 in your area that broadcasts on UHF channel 21, or you may be in the situation in my market where we have an NBC 28 that broadcasts on VHF channel 11. To find out what channels your local TV stations are broadcasting on, go to antennaweb.org, type in your address, and look for the RF channel number. The virtual channel is a channel that the station identifies as. So in my market, NBC 28 WBRE. But the RF channel is a channel that they broadcast on. Now, if you don't see any channels listed on antennaweb.org, don't freak out. Antennaweb.org tends to underestimate the amount of channels you can receive. You can also use the FCC DTV maps as another resource. The link is attached in the description of this video. Getting back to the review, here is a list of TV stations that I will be testing out, the TV channel that you'll see on the screen, the frequency they broadcast on, along with the signal strength on various antenna models. I'm removing Fox 56 from this list because they recently moved to a new frequency that is much stronger than their old frequency. I will be showing it in this review, but just for your reference, do not compare Fox 56's signal on prior videos, but you can compare it on future videos that I will be testing the antennas out on their new RF channel. You can also find the results of other antenna models not listed on here on my other videos. The signal strength on WNEP was hovering between 70 and 75%, a little bit lower than most directional antennas I've tested out, but that's what's expected with an omnidirectional antenna. It's probably not going to pick up the signals as well as a directional antenna. The signal strength on WIU was around 55%. This is about the same that I get with several small directional antennas. Not too bad for this omnidirectional antenna. The same goes for WBRE, which broadcasts on RF channel 13. The signal strength was around 50 to 55%, about the same as some small directional antennas, a tiny bit weaker, but not too bad. The signal strength on Fox 56 was around 70 to 75%. They recently moved to a new frequency, so don't use this station to compare the antennas that I made in the past, but do use it to compare the antennas that I will be reviewing after this video. This antenna was not able to pick up Fox 29's low-powered repeater station in my area. I tried rotating it to see if I could lock in the station, but I was not able to get any picture with it. I also was not able to lock in NJTV's low-powered repeater station, no matter where I positioned the antenna. Both Fox 29 and NJTV are usually able to be picked up with a small directional antenna. So for my test, this antenna did okay with the VHF TV signals, but did not do that well with the UHF TV signals. It failed to pick up the low-powered Fox 29 repeater and NJTV repeater that many other directional antennas, even small directional antennas, were able to pick up. I tried repositioning the antenna and could not lock in either station. Just to rule out any FCC repack issues, the same day I tested out another small directional antenna that you'll see in my future videos. It was able to pick up Fox 29 when it was pointed in the direction, and it marginally picked it up when it was not pointed in that direction. This model would be best suited for an RV where you're in the position where you can't really rotate the antenna on top of a moving vehicle. If you live directly between two major markets and you're trying to get reliable reception from both of them, this antenna probably won't do the job. As you could see, it didn't pick up the UHF stations that well. And if you use it, you'll probably get half-ass reception from both markets rather than reliable reception from one market. I always recommend trying a small directional antenna and pointing it towards the weaker stations, as there's a good chance that it will pick up the stronger stations from the back. This is a myth that I want to expel. Directional antennas can pick up signals from the back, from the side, as long as they're strong enough. It's not like if you point an antenna towards Philadelphia, it's not going to get a single station from Scranton Wilkes-Barre. It might get a few of the stronger ones, it might not pick up the weaker ones, but if you get a half-ass omnidirectional antenna, it's probably not going to get much at all. Understand that a lot of programs that are shown on two different market, ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox affiliates, is duplicated, and sometimes it's not worth sacrificing your reception to get this duplicate program. However, if your goal is to receive as many channels as possible from different markets, I would say an omnidirectional antenna may not be the answer. The answer may be to use a rotor on a decent directional antenna, or to combine two different antennas, one point at each market. I included a video in the link of this description that shows you how to combine two antennas properly. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for more reviews on antennas and antenna accessories. If there's a specific antenna you would like me to review, I do take suggestions based on contributions to my Patreon and PayPal account. The link to both are in the description of this video. Thanks again for watching and have an awesome day.